It's the Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast. You know what it is, y'all. Catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, all that good stuff. Like, subscribe. Sixers with a barn burner, 101-100 in overtime. Low scoring game for overtime too. Pretty good defensive game on both ends, or we was off, however you want to say it. Sixers fought though. They fought the whole game. Um, Bounce big shot by Julius Randle at the end of the regulation to take it into overtime. He got the Kawhi bounce going on for the three.
Sure, man.
Danny Green came up huge in overtime. 2 big threes with hands all over him, all in his face. He had 5 steals, I think, too, to go with that game. Played good defense. I think he ain't scored to the fourth quarter. It was a good win, a scrappy win against a scrappy team. So we fought it, we won it. Couple points.
They're tough. They're a tough defensive team. I mean, we talked about this coming into this. That's why I wasn't out of pocket when you was saying, when we was predicting the wins and stuff, you thought they was going to split with the Knicks because the Knicks are a tough defensive team. We was coming off.
Listen, I like Thibodeau though, but
yeah,
coaching matters.
I don't know how great he is offensively as a coach, though.
Yeah, like remember when we had Brett? I used to say how players do dumb stuff. Knicks, sometimes when you watch their games, they cost themselves games sometimes by the decision making, ain't it?
It kind of seemed like they let them just go out and do what they want to do offensively. But I mean, if you think about it, even when Tibbs when he was in Chicago, he had D Rose was like the only offense. So it wasn't like, he was a great offensive. And he was with Doc with the Boston teams. Tibbs was like the defensive coordinator and Doc ran the offenses. So, but I got a question for Tim. I just want Tim to say what was Tim saying in this, like the second half? Wasn't he saying somebody needed to get sent to the bench? The whole game, wasn't he saying somebody need to get benched? Who was that, Tim?
I was referring to Markelle Fultz. No, but Danny Green, it's almost like he made it hard. They made it harder for themselves by playing him all that time. He was struggling. He came up. We can't deny that he came up big toward the end, but he struggled the first 3 quarters of the game. He struggled
on offense, but his defense didn't count. The defense.
You don't have to be. The thing is, because he struggled so hard on offense, he had to play great defense. Or we got smoked.
Now, see, me being a fellow Ben supporter like you, and Ben, by the way, Ben stunk tonight. Ben stunk, and he had no excuses to stink like that.
We don't get to 3 games,
but for you being a Ben defender, how many times we can sit up here and defended Ben? He played great defense even when his offense wasn't producing. So don't turn around and now rip Danny Green. Danny Green played his role.
Danny didn't stink to me.
I didn't think he stunk tonight.
He was 4 for 8. He was 3 for 5 from 3. He didn't shoot a lot,
right?
So I don't know what do you look for in Danny? That's what he does. He's offense, and he hits occasional threes. Like who would you bring in for him at this moment?
I mean, we said Danny Green plenty of times. It's not like he played 40 minutes a game. I'm just saying in the beginning, I probably would have used somebody else.
Why? He was playing great D. It was a defensive game.
He got 4 steals. He got 4 steals, and he tied 2 guys up for jump balls. This the kind of defense he was playing and he kept getting deflections. He was putting the ball loose and everything else.
Today's really not the day to be hating on Danny Green because he. Really
no, but you was though.
I was, but I'm just saying I can't right now because he hit some key. I can't deny that he had some key baskets.
Couldn't hate on him last game either.
He had 18. I didn't hate on him last game though. I didn't.
But Toby had a bad fourth quarter. What was up with the missed 2 free throws and the ball in his hands?
Well, this is what we know about Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris on back-to-backs is just not good.
I was going to say the same thing.
So like he's a strong. If you give him his rest, he's a dominant player. But on back-to-backs, is this about the 3rd or 4th game that he has proven that he's just don't have it. He gives too much in that one game. Because I think he was like 4 or 5 or 15. He struggled big time tonight. He was 5 of 18 for 20 points. And then We would have never went to overtime if he had knocked down that free.
Him and Ben. Didn't they both miss
Ben
two
missed
free throws?
Too. Yeah,
Ben he missed two.
Too.
Ben missed two. It should have been overtime.
Yeah,
and Julius Randle, why are you pulling up? This is what I mean about bad coach. Why you still had time? You could have tried to take that ball to the hole. You pull up for a Steph Curry range 3-pointer and missed terribly.
But he hit a Steph Curry like 3-pointer to send him in overtime. Or
then he should have known Then he should have known he shot his allotment, and he should have made the smart play. I'm glad he did play like an idiot in that situation, because he definitely had more time to get in closer or make a pass.
He was 4 for 7. He was 4 for 7 from 3-pointers. He balled out. Julius Randle.
Even at the end, Julius Randle the type where I guess he feels he's the man, so he wants the ball. I would have, if I was Thibodeau, that last shot, I think I would have had Burke take it.
Yeah, because Burke was cooking.
Remember when they first handed it to Randle, Burke was running to the side waiting, and Randle kind of, flagged him off, went ahead and took it, to show that he's the man on the team. But
that's why at the end of the game,
I would have gave Burke that ball.
At the end of regulation, as they were walking off, getting ready for overtime, Burke, Burke went over there and Randle like giving him a hug, like, yeah, Mom, like I had it.
No, he did that at the end of overtime.
Oh, that was no. I'm talking about the end of regulation when he took that shot that you talked about.
Oh yeah, but at the end of overtime too, he had Burke on the wing.
Yeah,
but he ran down there and took the shot. But it is what it is. Good win for us.
Yeah, Alec Burks. Alec Burks. That's the player that we are missing on our team, and we had him, and we let him go.
We don't. I
think
he buckets.
Okay, so how much do he average this season? See, you going off of one. Here we keep talking about this one game stuff. What is Alec Burks average? He started off hot this season, and then he started tanking a little.
He's averaging 12 points a game.
Yeah,
okay.
12 points a game.
That's very good.
Korkmaz averaging 11. Or Shake. What's the difference? Or Shake averaging
difference.
So what's the difference
between being able to create your own shots and getting shots?
Shake can't create his own shot.
Well, we could talk a little about Shake. Shake the last couple of games has been playing really well, including tonight. Like yesterday, he gave us 28, and then today he came back with 21. He finished with 21, 9 of 15 shooting. So Shake was balling. Then the only problem I got with Shake, and this is a problem, I think he get brain farts in the middle of the game.
Wait, for the record, Shake is averaging 13.6 points a game. But
let me tell you this: when you watch Shake Milton, or better yet, if you watch Korkmaz and you watch Alec Burks, who's a better person as far as getting baskets, getting their shot?
I'm gonna say Shake.
You gonna say Shake over Alec Burks?
Over Alec Burks? Yeah. Oh snap! Is that Simon?
Yeah. I didn't got my mic. Hold up. Get my mic going here, man.
But why he getting this up together? I do want to talk a little bit about Ben Simmons. Now they gave Ben the night off yesterday. They say for sore knee. Today was a representation of why, when I say that, even though I'm a big Ben supporter and I think that he's a real good force, but why a jump shot? Because they needed key baskets down the stretch. And there was no concern whatsoever by the New York Knicks that Ben was going to take a big basket or make a big basket. I'm not saying a putback layup. I'm talking about having a ball, because they kept going to Tobias every time. Tobias, and Tobias turned the ball over. And so what I'm saying is to have that other option, to have Ben, is what I'm going to need next year.
They had another option. They had Danny Green.
This is my problem with Ben. When you have defensive teams that match up really well against him, this is what you'll have. You'll have the 16 points, the 7 turnovers like he had tonight, and what he had, the couple assists and rebounds. This is my fear of good teams come playoffs, what you'll see of Ben Simmons.
Well, the reason why I don't have that much of a fear, because we would have somebody named, what's his name? What's number 21 name? What's the big guy name?
We had him last 3 years.
Joel Embiid. Okay.
So we didn't have. So what was we missing? Hold on.
What you wait? Are you about to go back and reference when we had Brett Brown?
I'm just asking. We didn't. So we didn't.
Are you about to go back and reference Brett Brown?
Joel gave us 30.
It don't matter.
It don't.
No, it don't matter.
So it don't matter who the coach is.
No.
Okay. Never mind. You got it.
He's a starter. You acting like, hold on.
Let Simon get in.
Go ahead. You acting like he was coming off the bench.
Coaching don't matter now. So okay, go ahead, Simon. Go ahead.
He had 1 point against the Celtics.
You talking about 3 years ago?
Well, what did he do to get better?
Okay. Go ahead, Simon. Coaching don't matter. That's all I heard. Go ahead.
Nah, coaching matters. I mean, it's a lot y'all saying. I do agree with Ben. I mean, my thing with Ben, and this is where we want to see Ben. I'm not. Is B going to be there in the playoffs?
Yeah. What they just said. They said that his knee, he started feeling a whole lot better a couple of days after the injury. So when they get reevaluated next Friday, they think that he can jump right back in.
My thing is, I'm not talking about that injury. I'm talking about the future injury.
I don't know. Is Steph going to be ready?
Why
you wishing future injuries on my man?
He wishing injuries on my man.
Yeah.
How many games have B played throughout his career?
He averages 60 games a year.
60 games a year. I mean, so with guarantees that he might be in the playoffs, this is where I want to see. This is one reason, honestly, why I said I wanted a scorer like Harden in a trade. I mean, that's here and gone, but this is why obviously everybody want to see Ben make the transition from just a solid player to a great player, which he can be. But, you know, I mean, he's making baby steps when shooting threes here and there. But I agree with Tim. If he had a jump shot, we could now have a consistent go-to dude in a certain amount. When you got Tobias, who's off, and Tobias been consistent, so I can't be mad at Tobias having a bad game. He's been consistent throughout the year. So he went 5 for like 18 or something like that. He was off. Yeah. But I'm not mad at that. When he's off, you need Ben to step up and create some offense. And he had a bucket late. I'm not coming here to hate on Ben, but I'm just saying I agree with Tim about if he had an offensive game, it would help us so much
more.
But
I think we all agree that we want him to be able to shoot. The thing is, he can't right now. That's all I'm saying is, so I'm not going to hate on what he can't do right now when the other stuff he does contribute to us winning. He had a bad night tonight. Listen, I said that early on. He stunk tonight. But you had games, some nights, Tobias is stink. Everybody has clunkers, you know what I'm saying? So that being said, he cannot, I don't care how horrible he's playing on offense, if he can't score, he got to be able to hit, and I've consistently said that he got to be able to hit free throws, and he cannot turn the ball over. It was reckless turning the ball over that he did. 7 turnovers is inexcusable as a point guard.
But I do agree with Ethan. Come them tougher teams. I don't think this is going to be no aberration. I think this. I think he is going to turn the ball over against tougher teams because
who do you think is the tougher teams though?
I'm talking about the playoff teams. We start seeing whether it's Milwaukee, whether it's Toronto, Miami, like those tougher teams. When you come to playoff time, these are good coach teams. They're going to know how to play Ben. They're going to know what Ben does. And I was watching an interview with Ray Allen the other day, and he was saying at a certain point, when you get to a certain level and even come playoff basketball, he said he used the word is staged. And somebody said, well, why do you say that? He said, not in the fact that the game is, you know what's going to happen, but he said, you do know what's going to happen because you study the game film so much. It's nothing too much that's going to surprise you. So you know if a player going to take 2 shots and dribble, and he was running through scenarios of what players are going to do. They know Ben's game, and all they have to do that whole couple days leading to the playoff series is study his game.
Miami knew TJ McConnell game and gave up like 16 and 16 to TJ.
Yeah,
and lost to Indiana 2 nights back to back.
But you got to understand,
I'm talking about playoff time.
Regular season, they don't.
So TJ McConnell did that in the playoffs?
I don't know.
Playoffs. We're not talking regular playoffs.
But see, you're predicting what's going to happen in the playoffs. So if you're going to go by what playoffs or everything, does that mean Tobias Harris is going to go back to scoring 11 points a game in the playoffs?
Playoffs is everything.
Huh? Listen. I'm saying if you're basing everything on past playoffs and what people did in past playoffs, that's why I don't subscribe to that. Know why? Because I do think that coaching matters in the playoffs as well.
But you know why you can't do that? You see, what we're looking at Ben is something that he's been doing for the last 4 years, right? What we're looking at to Toby is actually him stepping his game up. He's playing better. Toby's playing better than he did last year, right? Everybody agree with that?
Yep.
He's playing the way he's playing the way he was playing in LA before he got traded to the Sixers.
All right, so he's playing better.
He was averaging 24 points a game in LA before he got traded to the Sixers.
So he's playing 24. Better with the Sixers this year.
How much is he averaging now with the Sixers?
He's averaging 23.
Okay, so he's not playing better. He's playing how he was playing.
Hold on. He is playing better with the Sixers this year than he did with the Sixers last year.
Yeah, because another coach came in.
Well, is Ben playing better?
Right now, yes.
This year is Ben
Yes,
playing
than he
better
did last year. Yes, he is.
No, he's
Right now,
not.
he's playing better.
He's averaging less points in a
You
week.
basing
You looking at a week
everything on
span?
averaging less points.
You looking at a week span?
Huh? So when did he score 42 points last year?
When I'm just saying, when you predict, right? You look at what they're doing. Would you look at what they're doing through their career? All right, did he get better? Did Toby get better this year than the last couple of years with the Sixers? Yes. Did Ben get better this year than the last couple? No. So you just predicting.
You don't think he got better? I don't agree with that.
I don't. Anybody here think he got better?
This is according to stats I'm looking at. This is Tobias Harris' career year so far. He's averaging 20. Yeah. They say
look at what was he averaging with the Clippers when he was with the Clippers before he came to the Sixers?
He was averaging 20.9.
It was only 20.9?
He was shooting 49%. Okay. This year he's averaging 20.7. He's shooting 51% from the field. So and he's averaging 7 rebounds and 3 assists. This is statistically.
Wait, you said this year he's averaging 20.7, but that year with the Clippers he was 20.9?
Yeah, but he's shooting 51% this year versus 49% versus the Clippers. So and the Clippers was.
But that's what I said. He was playing on about the same level he was playing for the Clippers before we traded for him. That's why I was excited about getting him.
I mean, but right now, this is his most efficient and best year all around. I mean, and coaching has something to do with it. I'm not saying it doesn't. Coaching has something to do with that. But I mean, not to gotta be too downcast. I mean, we got the win. It was huge. I was actually, if we lost, honestly, I wasn't gonna be that mad. I mean, when you win so many games, you're gonna have a clunker. Plus, New York is playing motivated. They're a young team, a lot of energy.
And they got off since Thursday. I think places Wednesday or Thursday.
Who?
Off of New York.
Yeah, exactly. So
off of back to back.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be mad if we lost. I was actually encouraged that we won the game. But I mean, we're a solid. I felt
like I did about the Bucks game. Like I wasn't expecting. Like I wouldn't have been mad if they lost until the game was going on and we had the lead. Then I'm like, okay, we need to win this. So
to me, the Knicks. They overachieving a little bit, you ask me. I don't see a whole lot of talent besides Julius Randle, even a rookie. I mean, to me, personally, from what I've seen, the times I watched RJ Barrett, he's I don't see anything special.
You don't like defense. You don't like defensive basketball.
His offensive game isn't even polished. Like he's not athletic. He's not quick. He doesn't get past people. He's a little crafty with what he does, So I don't see a whole lot of greatness in this guy. And I know somebody that was screaming that they would take RJ Barrett over Zion Williamson, Reggie. But
I'll say this though. I mean, I think what you said though earlier, that the Knicks team contradicts what you said. And I know I think you were just saying that, but coaching is everything. This boy coach, he's coaching his team very well. Yep. And he's coaching to their strength. Their strength is defense. They athletic, long, and he's coaching them up to be able to play enough defense to keep themselves in the game. And Randall's playing outside his mind right now.
Yeah,
but you still need that's why you seen Burks in the game so much, because you still need somebody to score the ball.
Burks balling too.
I think whoever lived with Julius Randle, they probably get that behind what he looked like. He just
why you want to do the brother like that, man?
No,
you look like he's mad.
Like, no.
I don't know about y'all, but this is a sidebar. I don't know. I don't like our announcers, man. I don't like the boy. I
was about to say that.
I said that last time.
Them dudes.
I said that one of them podcasts when y'all was part-time working.
All right. I missed that one, man. Them dudes, I don't like the way they call the game. I just don't like them. I don't know. It's something about, I guess maybe I came up listening to
Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks and because I knew before at the time I couldn't watch the games. Like we ain't had cable, so I would listen to the games.
You listen to a lot of radio games.
Yeah, it's a certain type of energy you hear at the game announced with. And I know the play-by-play is a little different than when you're watching it live still, but I mean, I know good announcers. I mean, and these dudes, to me, they just not good. I just don't like them.
Hold on, let me ask y'all something about the game. The flagrant call on what's our center name?
It wasn't a flagrant.
On Bradley?
Tony Bradley.
Did he pull Randall down or was Randall falling?
No, I think he pulled his leg. I think it was a good call by the refs.
I don't think it was a good call. I think it was
a call.
That was really extra. If anything, it's a personal foul. It's a regular contact foul. That's it.
Now,
It was a
I
foul.
I could see Randle getting up. First of all, Randle has leg injuries. Didn't he have leg injuries to start his career off?
Yeah,
think so.
My knowledge.
And it looked like Bradley pulled him down. I don't know. That's just what I seen. I don't know what our announcers. I don't know what our announcers say now, but
They never.
Hey, listen, this
I agree with the call.
And talking about the Knicks being overrated. This all I'm gonna say, man.
I didn't say they was overrated.
I mean, you
I said
said
they was overachievers.
Overachievers. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to understand why you think that when they still sitting there, they played us tough early in the year too. Like
They do.
They've been consistently playing the way that they playing now, and they right in the mix of everything.
They play hard nosed D and pound the ball like they almost play like an old school style basketball. To be honest with you, to me.
But what makes you think that's overachieving? Though they one of the top defensive teams. That's why they in there. And they got
what I mean by overachievers is I don't see me personally. I don't see a lot of talent on their roster.
I'm sure people ain't see a lot of talent with the Sixers either.
I see a little talent. I see a little talent on their roster.
No, I'm talking about when AI took us to the finals. I'm sure everybody wasn't seeing all that much.
But you don't see the Knicks don't have an AI on their team.
Yeah.
The AI team was a little different. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all, though. AI team, they played together for several years. It's a certain type of chemistry. That team wasn't that talented, but I mean, they obviously they had Bubba, but they also had chemistry. You can't, and they were defensive dude. They had Eric Snow, defensive monster, probably one of the top 3 or 4 defensive guards in the league at the time. They had Ratliff, who would jump out the building to block any shot on the planet. So that team, I mean, it's kind of, this Knicks team kind of reminds me, not really the Sixers team, but maybe almost even like a Detroit team a little bit. They just got a good defensive team. And if they get another piece, they're going to be scary. If they actually had KD on this team he's playing,
they still got what's his name that ain't played with him yet. Bruce.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
He played. He was just under. He just had to play about 8 games.
Okay.
Is it?
The playoff, the race is getting interesting in the East a little bit.
It is.
No, it's going to be really interesting in the East and the West, to your point, because this week, after next week, it's a lot of key matchups. I don't know if y'all want to do a little bit around the league. I mean, I think we're pretty much done as far as the game. Sixers pulled it off for victory in overtime.
Hold on, let me ask y'all: is there any team you worry about seeing in that first round in 7? Do you want to see the Knicks in 7 in the first round?
I'm okay with the Knicks.
Okay. If we have Embiid, I'm not worried about the Knicks.
What about Boston?
Don't have Embiid, and then
what about Boston?
No, I'm not worried about them at all.
I'm worried about.
I think they could be a sleeper team though.
Not against us. I don't.
I'd be concerned about the Heat. The Miami Heat is the team I don't want to see right away.
I'm not concerned about Miami. I think it's a 3-team race. It's the Sixers, Nets, and the Bucks. It's the only team to worry about. Everybody else is just barbecue chicken.
Unless somebody got at least an elite defensive big man that can at least guard Embiid by himself and not need to double and triple team him, I'm not worried about him. So I agree with Ephraim. The net is the Bucks and the Nets that I'm concerned about. And I'm not even really concerned about the Bucks so much, you know what I'm saying, with Embiid. But the Nets, of course, the Nets, especially once KD get back.
And y'all think LaMelo could still get Rookie of the Year, even though he's out for the rest of the year?
Barbecue chicken.
He might not. That's a shame too, because they was making a nice run when they
so
put
you
him
don't
in there.
You don't think Turner and give B problems and come
Miles Turner? Embiid gives Miles Turner the business.
Did you hear the quote from Embiid?
Embiid gives him the business.
Embiid was like, "No disrespect, but I've been dominating that matchup since he came into the league."
He definitely straight told the boy, like, B. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me is no Gasol. Like Gasol for Toronto could actually defend Embiid for real. Like even to me, to my opinion, I didn't think Horford was a great defender on him as everybody else thought, but I thought that their team around him with all the other defensive players that come in and help out on Horford, I thought that's what made Boston and the coaching that we had. But I don't see anybody with a solid defensive center that'll give Embiid struggles.
Now, I actually think the Fro played B the best in the East.
He does.
I think after Gasol, I think Gasol played him the best, but now it is Jared the boy.
Yeah, now Jared Allen does. But what team is he on now? He on Cleveland, ain't he?
Yeah, he on Cleveland.
We ain't got to worry about that. The Nets gave him up.
Self-destruction. You headed for self-destruction. They trying to get rid of Love too, right?
Are they? Is K-Love even doing anything this shit? Listen, I
don't want him. Stop with these. I always want these washed up dudes, man.
Oh, listen.
Come on.
So you rather have Mike Scott than him?
Yeah. Yes.
Over who?
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love. No.
I gotta see what Kevin Love doing this year. I agree with you. I don't like to just
off
the name. I gotta see what he's doing.
You doing the Tim Walker. That's the Tim Walker.
Listen, as long as he can hit open shots, I don't care.
That's the Tim move. You heard the name and you got giddy. I don't know.
No. The first thing I said is what is he averaging this year? Like what is he doing?
No, you did. You said
yes, I did. The first thing I said is what numbers is he putting up?
First thing you said was
you take over Scott.
Wait till we go back in here. The first thing I said was what numbers is he putting up, and then I said, well, would you take him over Mike Scott?
I'll tell you. You know what numbers he put up this year? In 4 games, he averaged 5 points a game.
That's all he plays 4 games?
That's all he
played with 4 games this year?
Yeah, 4 games.
Nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out.
He really just went for a name.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely out if he ain't even showing it. So I mean that's kind of like the risk that the Nets took with Blake. You know what I'm saying? Blake ain't played.
No, Blake was playing. Blake was playing though. He was playing this year before you traded for him.
Blake he played his first game tonight with the Brooklyn.
He had 2 points and 1 dunk.
No, he ain't dunked. I don't think they said he ain't dunked in like 2 years. He did dunk.
No, he dunked tonight.
Oh,
okay. He got his first dunk in 2 years. They said, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I heard. That's what I was thinking. I ain't seen he dunked in a minute. You know, Golden State is
re-energized.
Golden State is in the 9th seed. They coming in for that playoff win, man.
Not with Steph Curry sitting out, they ain't. I told you he ain't gonna last the season.
No, they ain't missing a couple games. He be back.
Like my neck, my butt.
Is he gonna be back Tuesday?
I don't know. I gotta check up on my.
I think he's gonna fake an injury. I don't think he want to face Ben.
He eat better live. Ben don't got no work for those stuff, dog.
I would like to see him play his brother. Like how that match is going to work out.
How it's gonna work out?
Because they both. I'm sure they both gonna be back at the same time.
How's it gonna work out? What you think Seth gonna do?
Rumor has it they shopping Oubre.
He's trash.
No, Oubre actually late. He came to ball the last like 2-3 weeks. He been stepping up. He started off early.
Points the other night.
Huh?
I think he had 7 points the other night.
I'm talking. Yeah, he had a little bit of a clunker, but for the most part, lately out of the last like 15 games, I say about a good 12 of them he been balling. He had a couple up and down here and there, but he kind of been coming back a little bit. I mean, we'll see. They said he want to trade and block apparently.
So you changed.
He's more of a defensive.
You need that though.
He's not a 3-and-D guy.
I'm telling you, if you check the last 15 games, his stats are drastically different from when he started off. Remember Wayne posted the stat that said if you put Oubre threes, they would like if you take his threes away, I think they was like one of the top 3 shooting teams in the league. But if you add his in, they went down to like 20 or last or something. But lately he has been stepping up.
Well, I'll say this because right now for while he's with Golden State, his 3-point shooting is at 30.2. But if you remember, his joint was like 198 earlier when we put that stat up. Yeah, so he definitely been hitting a little bit better lately.
Yeah.
And listen, if I could get him to take him as a 3-and-D, I swear Matisse Thybulle is so frustrating, bro. But I give it to him. He keeps shooting, and he hit a clutch 3 tonight.
Yeah, he got that D though.
He do.
Oubre, I'm telling you, I would you swap Oubre for Matisse? Because Oubre got defense.
No,
trust me, I tell you.
No.
I'm sorry, what you say, Tim?
I said Golden State up. You're not really 6 of 8 on some trade Matisse for Oubre.
I'm asking.
You know who I might see if they want? Like, do they?
Hold on.
See if they want Cork. I might try to see if they want Cork.
All right, let's break it down. Let's break it down. Who's better offensively, Oubre or Matisse?
Oh, Matisse. I mean, Oubre.
I'm about to say. Okay, I'm about to say. Okay.
Like, hold on, wait, let me think about this. Wait, did he say that?
Now, I would say Matisse. I'll probably take Matisse slightly over defense. But now, what do you want more?
Slightly.
I don't think it's slightly. I think it's about both ways. Like Matisse, what Matisse is on offense, Oubre is on.
Oubre plays defense. Oubre is he the dude right now who they put on a lot of their wing dudes outside of what's his name? Green, Draymond Green. Oubre got defense, I'm telling you. He ain't no slouch. He's not as good as Matisse, but he definitely not a slouch.
I definitely would consider it. I definitely would consider trading him for Thibault if that was.
You need to pull up Oubre stats.
But Golden State ain't gonna want him. Golden State gonna want somebody that can shoot.
Look at the last 10, 12 games and tell me you would rather have Matisse.
Yes.
Okay. Read the stats off then.
You sure?
Go ahead.
12.
Go ahead.
4. 19, 12, 7.
You trying to jump past 19? Go ahead. 19, 12.
No, 12, 4, 19, 12, 7, 15. He missed 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had 14 and 27 against Charlotte. I don't know if I should count that Charlotte when it's Charlotte.
That sounds exciting.
Oh, you told me Charlotte was the team on the rise, right?
That's he threw 27
until the young boy got hurt.
He just got hurt today, didn't he?
I know.
He was 20. He had 27 points that Charlotte game and shot 11 for 15 from the field.
I listen. I wouldn't be mad. I think he would fit.
But listen. You got to realize, in order for him to get this 14 a game, he's playing 30 minutes a game. He's not going to get that here. So, what is his points going down?
But even without that many, do you think he'll get? But what about shot attempts? Do you think he'll get the same amount of shot attempts even if he's playing less minutes?
No, because you got B. You got B who need his shots. You got Toby who need his shots, and you got Ben who needs to throw the ball at the rim a couple times. So,
with LeBron's injury, who's the front runner now in the MVP?
How much time they saying LeBron gonna miss?
He's gonna be out a while. It's a high ankle sprain. So
it got to be between it.
By the
I
time,
think I would lean toward Joker. I would say Harden, except for they got how much talent he got on the team. I would have to lean the Joker right now.
But you say a lot of talent, but
now
the Knicks is
Kyrie's been playing enough games.
Kyrie had 42 the other night.
Chris Paul ever coming to the MVP talks?
They're not. He's on the fringes.
The Suns are the second team in the West.
So who you saying? Are you saying you would take Chris Paul over Booker? Should Booker be in there?
Yeah, no, because without Chris Paul, they're 8th seed out the playoffs, 9th seed. Booker had been there 2 years? Chris Paul came, they automatically 2nd seed in the West.
So if you take Devin Booker
you got
off,
Booker and Chris Paul. So if you take
if you take Booker off, what you think Chris Paul going to do by himself?
Oh, they're still going to be. I think they're going to be in the middle of the pack.
Yeah,
just like OKC was.
Yeah, OKC balling.
So they were the middle of the pack with Booker.
No, they wasn't. They was out the playoffs.
You mean in the middle of the pack? Like
well, the other thing you got to look at, honestly, if you're looking at them, last year, the Suns last year, they didn't have their starting center for the first 25 games of the season, and it kind of by the time he came back, they had to get acclimated. Then you had the whole shutdown.
OKC was what was their record last year? They finished around like the 8th spot. They wasn't
because who was they playing? No, it wasn't 8th because they wasn't playing. They didn't play the Clippers or LA first. So who did they play in the first round? So they definitely was around middle of the pack. I think they had to be at least 6. They was like 6 or 5.
So who's the favorite now? Is it the Joker or is it Harden?
They was 5. OKC was 5 last year, and they now 12 this year.
That's impressive. I thought they was lower than that. For some reason, I thought they was like.
They tanking this year. They tanking now.
They was lower than that when they had Westbrook.
No, but I'm saying they're tanking now. OKC, when they got rid of Chris Paul, they went into tank mode. That's what I'm saying. Remember, they got rid of the coach. They got rid of after Paul left, and then they just started making a trade. They brought in Al Horford,
I would say Steph Curry's in the front runner right now.
Of course you would.
Steph is injured too.
I would say Harden's in the front runner, to be honest with you.
I would go with Harden.
It's Harden by default. He playing with a good team, man.
So, but I'm saying, so y'all don't give Joker no credence for what he doing?
Harden, Joker too. I mean, they 6. The Nuggets are 6 right now. What about the Jazz? 6. You ain't taking anybody on the Jazz? The Jazz.
No, I think the Jazz is more of a
Jazz
team.
came back down to earth. They only 2 games off of the league. We got a chance to catch the Jazz. To be honest with you, for first place.
Yeah, they like 5-5 or 6-6 or something crazy.
Started their downfall.
We sure did.
The Portland is not helping Golden State at all with that 8th seed because they're getting their backs kicked in by the Mavericks right now. They're down by like 30.
Oh yeah, I mean that's another name you might have to throw in there too, though.
Who's that?
For the 8th seed, Luka.
No, you have to throw Dame Dollar in there. They in the 5th seed.
They always been around the 5th, 6th seed though, right?
And Dame Dollar's the reason why.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if
I
you're gonna
can't
say
argue
Joe,
with
but
that.
what kind of numbers is Dame putting up though?
You gotta remember they ain't even have CJ McCullough. Let me look at Dame.
Yeah,
numbers.
but Melo, remember that's just like when they played us. Melo was balling. I think Melo has been being decent this year though.
He been doing decent, but I mean, he I don't even think he averaging 20.
But what is Dame averaging?
Dame Dollar gotta be. I think he like the number 2-3 scorer in the league.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, you definitely got to put his name in. I mean, his name got to be in the mix. I'm just looking at Joker doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Rebounds, assists. You know, I don't know what his defense or whatever, but offensively, Joker has been carrying that team all season.
Dame
but I agree with y'all talking about the like where they rated at, like in the standings.
Dame averaging 30.6 and 45% from the field. He's the number 2 scorer in the league behind Bill.
They actually got Dame on this NBA. The key MVP ladder has Joker 1, Dame 2.
I can agree with that.
Giannis 3, LeBron 4, Joel Embiid 5, Harden 6, Luka 7, Kawhi 8, Steph 9.
They ain't even got Harden in the top 5. I don't think I could agree with that.
They want to hate a little bit on him.
I don't think I don't agree. Without Harden, there's no way in the world they.
Tim Wright though.
What?
Go ahead, Tim. What you saying?
The media gonna hate on him a little bit because he wiggled his way out of the Houston the way he did it. So it's more so gonna be personal, like how they did T.O. keeping him out being the first ballot Hall of Famer, knowing that he was. They get in their feelings.
I mean, I think Ephraim makes a valid point for Dame because that's even like Harden right now. Even though they don't all play together, like you do have games where it's a lot of games that he is playing with Kyrie and Kyrie's dropping, you know what I mean, putting up numbers. So it's not like he has to carry them all by himself, because we seen that when they was playing the Sixers and they was by himself and he got wore out. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. By like the 3rd and 4th quarters, he was getting wore down. So yeah. I think that you make a valid point with Dame.
Yeah, I might have to put Dame in that 1 or 2. I like that ranking. I wouldn't put Antetokounmpo that high though. I don't. Yeah, I
wouldn't either.
I wouldn't put him that high. Would they have him at 3? I think B. If anybody's 3, B is 3.
Because I think
the more games you miss, the more you drop.
That's true. I mean, I can't. But I mean, has he missed that many to start dropping that far down?
Yeah, he about to miss another week.
But you said about to. I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
And it don't help that the team winning without him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To make it look a little bit.
That's true.
Even though we know it's like smoke and mirrors, but the team is winning without him.
They said Durant gonna miss 2 more weeks. Wow.
They trying to save him up for the playoff.
Yeah. Before we wrap this thing up, the Sixers has Golden State, Lakers, Clippers, Denver, Cleveland. What y'all see us going?
Lakers. So that Golden State, that's a win. Who else?
I already messed up when I said we're gonna split with New York. Lakers. Lost that one.
Well, I thought they was gonna go 5-3 on this road trip. So.
You said Lakers after the Golden State?
Yeah, after Golden State.
Without Bron.
We could be Lakers. They don't got Bron or AD, right?
Yeah, Clippers.
All right, Clippers.
We lose to Clippers.
I can see losing that
game.
Paul George been playing terrible though lately.
Denver, and then wrap it up with Cleveland.
We lose to Denver. We beat Cleveland.
So you think No, I think we go. I think the only
we might mess around and lose to Cleveland. That be that dumb stuff right there.
I see the only team
we struggle with Cleveland
to Golden State.
We didn't struggle with Cleveland already. We didn't already struggle with Cleveland this season.
True.
I gotta keep remembering we won't have B. Golden State, nah. I think we beat Golden State even if Steph play. Unless Steph snap. The only way we beat Golden State, Steph I'm talking about snap like a 40 close to 50-point game.
Hold on. First of all, why? We just struggle with New York. We don't have Steph playing.
That's different though. Steph will be back with Golden State.
Why? Golden State is not a bad defensive team.
They okay.
New York is better. New York. You don't think New York is a better team than Golden State?
Right top now? 5 defensive team.
Listen, basketball is about matchups. I think, and I said this before, I think Golden State has the players that can match up with us.
Golden State can't score. They too streaky. Wiggins is up and down. They bench is up and down with Bazemore and all them. Draymond Green don't score at all no more.
Your boy Poole been balling.
Poole he was out in the G League. He came back. He been playing a lot better. Wiseman is up and down. He's a rookie. Oubre, I mean, we saw he's up and down. He could get hot and starts hitting every now and then. But I don't know. I just don't see him as that good of a team. I really don't.
Well, y'all let me know what happens. That game come on 10 o'clock too.
It look like it'll be me and you, Wayne.
Yeah. Yo.
11, 12.
No, hold on. It's a Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm off on Wednesday.
I was about to say Ephraim better be here. First of all, because you already know Ephraim going to watch the Golden State game because he ain't got to work Wednesday.
Yeah. If Steph play, if Steph don't play, y'all got it.
Okay. That's it.
No, watch the game. I should be.
All right, so Sixers, they go on and beat New York in overtime. So we'll be back Tuesday night or maybe Wednesday morning.
Wait, what's our record without B so far?
6-6.
6-6
No. I'm talking about since this recent injury. He got hurt in what, the Chicago game, right?
Yeah, I think we only lost one game.
And we played what, like 4 or 5?
Yeah.
You only lost to Milwaukee, I think, right?
We played the Spurs, we played the Knicks twice, and we played the Bucks. So we played 4 games.
We played Washington, we played the Spurs, we played the Knicks.
Didn't play Washington.
We didn't play Washington.
He got hurt in the Washington game, didn't he?
We 3-1. We 3-1.
He got hurt in Washington game.
Yeah.
3-1.
Okay.
So
He got hurt in the Washington game?
I thought it was the Washington game, wasn't it?
4.
I thought it was Cleveland. It wasn't Chicago?
Washington game? Oh, yeah, he did. Because remember, he did get hurt that
Oh,
Washington.
yeah, it was. You're right.
So San Antonio, Knicks, Milwaukee, Sacramento, New York. So we.
Oh yeah, Sacramento. So it was 5 games.
Yeah. All right.
So we 4-1 without Big E.
Like, comment, and subscribe. The Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. Y'all know where to find us. We out.
Deuces.